So we get underway in this under-24 women's round-robin match between Great Britain and France in the under-24 women's division. Last time these two teams met, it was a 3-3 draw. Great Britain having a 3-3 draw early this morning. So we're in for a good match, I am sure. It's France who are attacking the Great British end at the moment. And we've got our first stoppage of the match. Back underwater we go. Play moving down the far side wall. Just slowly going through the phases of the French players on their wall drive. A second meeting of these two teams in the division, so they've both got their tactics to exploit throughout this game. Let's see who's going there, and we've got another stoppage. Advantage going to be played to France. An unsportsmanlike conduct against one of the British players. It's Livdor who will go to the sin bin, and there's going to be a referee's timeout taken. So not much happening whilst the referees have their timeout. They seem to be happier though now, and we'll cut back to the action. Big flick to the outside. French putting together a nice drive as they try and move down through the phases. Emily Mack down there, but unable to force the pass through to her supporting forward. France with a 3-on-1 going towards the British goal. The GB defender will do really well if she can keep this out. Stoppage in play though. No goal signalled by the referee. A stick infringement and advantage will be played to GB. So Livdor's clock ticking down quite nicely as we approach 12 minutes remaining in the half. And off goes Fee Maynard. Fee Maynard most likely covering in the centre with Livdor, and Emma Pitchforth is being rested. Emily McEwen trying to come down the left side wall. Still Emily on the puck, and she lays it off to Zoe Heim, the centre back, who comes in at force, recognisable by the yellow surrounding the outside edge of her mask. France have broken it off the wall though and are swimming into the central channel, and it's just left there by Maddie Walker. Maddie Walker couldn't do anything with that. And as we go up, we've got another stoppage. And it's against France, and he's looking for a particular player. And it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey, but Livdor's time will continue to tick down. There's a referee timeout, and he's asking for number 9 to go to the sin bin for 1 minute because of a stick infringement. So good use of the referee timeout to make sure the correct player is swimming out of the pool and the French get the correct number in the water. Chief referee signals. They're ready to climb out, so Livdor's got 10 seconds left on her penalty clock. So GB will have the advantage swing in their favour as they wisely bring the puck over towards the sin bin. Reason for doing that so that the player who leaves the sin bin can immediately enter the game. There you go, there's Livdor getting down onto the bottom as Nia Matthews tries to force her way forward, and here's Livdor. She's got a chance to swim, and there's her teammate Ellie Shelley. Ellie and Liv fighting to try and get past the last French defender. Stoppage. Who's this going to be against? Looks like it's against Great Britain. Playing an advantage for a stick foul. No, it's in favour of Great Britain. The first action by the referee to identify the player. So Great Britain making some good headway as they had 6 in the water. Liv Daw and Ellie Shelley, a very powerful combination as they're able to move down the pool. And there's Fiona Maynard, nice little dummy to take the puck to the outside. Support there with Ellie Shelley. Ellie Shelley lays it off to Emily McEwen. Alyssa Oates there just waiting with her hand flat against the wall, waiting for the French to make a move, expending as little energy as possible. Nia Matthews puts the puck on the wall for Emily McKeown. Played to the inside, nice drive by GB. The 45 Nia Matthews just not strong enough to get through that time. And Fee Maynard going onto the wall. Nice drive by Alyssa Oates. Alyssa Oates in familiar territory. She's used to playing at centre forward and showing her just what she can do when they are on the attack. Great drive by Alyssa Oates to get the opening goal in this game for Great Britain. They lead after 6 minutes, the score of 1-0. Excellent drive put together there by GB. All started with the sensible option of game management, going to the sin bin to make sure you pick up that player, and Liv Daw and Ellie Shelley took the puck right down to the other end of the pool and put the French under pressure whilst they were down to 5. GB did score when there was 6 of them in the water, but it's that time and getting that territory in these games which are ridiculously close and often separated by just the 1 goal in the women's under 24s division. Advantage Great Britain once again. The Great Britain players choosing where to line up. Down goes Liv Daw. Her 2 forwards in front of her. Flicks it through to Ninka Lysenka. Forced through by the offside forward. Player getting down there to back tackle and interjecting the game as play switches from one side to the other. Zoe Hyam comes in at the back. Ninka Lysenka trying to drive forward, but a stoppage and advantage was being played for a stick foul, and it's going to be advantage France on the halfway line. Good use of the puck there and movement by the French as they go to one side and then quickly turn around and go to the other. Nice looking attack. The puck's made its way to the back wall. You see Maddie Walker there waiting on the goal train. The puck's been spat to the middle, and I think there's just going to be too much power here for GB to hold out. Very clear eventually, but the stoppage is a referee's timeout, and I think they're going to discuss possible options of fouls on the goal, maybe 2 sticks trying to push in the puck, maybe an illegal defence of the puck by the Great British team. It's going to be interesting to see just what the decision will be. In the water, we've got referees from the United States, Canada, and I'm not quite so sure with the final one. Maybe, I think it could be Argentina. And looks like they're talking to Alyssa Oates and explaining that she's made a particular deliberate move, and out goes Alyssa Oates for 2 minutes. We still need to spot the puck, so relief there for Great Britain is it could have been worse, but they will have to defend with 5 for 2 minutes whilst the captain and goal scorer in this match, Alyssa Oates, is on the side. Good charge by GB initially. The puck's bobbled and it's come on to the end of a French stick, and an immediate response by the French as they tie up the scores. GB swapped the bodies round. Alyssa Oates will be happy to see her penalty going down. But frustration from the GB team. The flick was a low one and just seemed to bobble over all the British bats as now the team race off for the puck. There goes Ninka Lysenkamp, just beaten to the puck by the French team. But it's alright because Maddie Walker's picked it up. GB just need to control the puck until they get their captain back. Nothing silly. Everybody close. Play going down the far side wall. It's the French in possession as they try to initiate a backline switch. Apologies for not swapping the camera. Slow take by the centre. 30 seconds left on the clock for Alyssa Oates. The play continues. Suspended on the wall, GB just trying to rotate through the bodies till Alyssa Oates gets back in. And then you have a 6-on-6 drive. Good hold and reset on the wall by that player who surfaces. Zoe Hyam. And she gets a warning for an illegal use of the glove. France take the advantage puck. Good flick forward. Play staying over by the wall. Now they try to come off on a 45. Big solid hit by the offside forward there for Great Britain. Making sure the puck never broke off the wall. Play moving onto the wall. GB back to full complement of 6 players. Sitting out the game, Emma Pitchforth and Sophie Speed as France once again attack. Maddie Walker's gone into the goal and the French players put herself right in front so Maddie Walker can't see or move. Difficult to interpret whether that would or would not be a block. Play continues. On the wall and the corner. Now a chance to break. Play brought back into the corner. The French girl sitting on the corner of the goal. The puck comes up to her and she has the easy job of turning it in. Whilst the offside back was on the surface. Normally, you can't stay down forever. And now Great Britain have a very tough road to climb as they now trail by 2-1 after leading in the game by 1-0 after a very well thought out drive. The French responding very well indeed as Georgie Lamble takes her timeout. Just a quick look at the table before we go on to see what's happened after this morning's games. So we look and we see that New Zealand is still up at the top in that division. France now up into second because of the draw between Great Britain and South Africa, although France have still played 1 game less than the remainder of these teams. Flick that just catches the player under their body. French with a very nice drive once again. Play in the corner. Trying to figure out a way to get it out of there. Just move it that little bit nicer. Play moving down the back wall and looks like it's being put in once again. No, illegal use of the glove. So GB will get an advantage puck and a bit of respite as they move the puck out to the 5 metre line. Fee Maynard taking the puck out to the central wall. Starting centre Emma Pitchforth out of the game. Here goes Alyssa Oates. Beautiful skills as she takes it onto the wall. And GB trying to have the power and move down the pool. There's Emily Mack comes on the play. So here goes Fee Maynard. Players left, right and forwards. Good flick by Fiona Maynard. Still going Fee Maynard, the GB elite player. 2 silver medals from 2 appearances for Fee Maynard. Emily McEwen now moving into the central channel, trying to stop the French from swimming it out, but the French are now starting to get away, and Charlie Brincat gives up the chase. Players trying to wiggle the puck out, and it's Alyssa Oates who is able to get back in to position and recycles the puck. The flick past, picked up by Liv Daw. She's got an option to the outside. A big flick, tries to get the puck into safety. It's not clear yet. Now the GB player in possession takes it under the subs bin. Fee Maynard, but the puck's been left. 4 players on the surface there for GB as play was coming back in the direction, and 3 French players driving at nobody at the time. Moving on to the side, and now the flick forward. French countering the British at every chance they can. The French trying to signal for a timeout. I think they might have already had it as we move down through the pool. Reaching halfway, a good effective British drive moving underneath the French subs bench. Stoppage in play. Nope, it's half time. Whilst the team change ends, we'll quickly have a run through of our sponsors. Big thank you to everyone who's supported this event with time, efforts, money and resources. So we've got Euro Options, Talk, Bentfish Design, Howarth Timber and Building Supplies, Sheffield International Venue, the British Octopus Association, the Nottingham Building Society, MyZone, the fitness sponsor of the Great Britain underwater hockey team, Cornell Graphics, Naswut, the Teachers Union, SIG, Peppersmith, Booker Metro and Navision, camera provider for the World Championships here in Sheffield. See what else is available to be looked at in the schedule. So we'll have a look at Great Britain first of all, and have a look at what they've done so far. Reminders, so a 15-0 win over the Netherlands, a 9-0 win over Canada. But that's the men's division, so ignore everything that I'm saying. Instead we'll look at the French under-24 women to see the results that they've had throughout this competition. So, the French opening game, a 3-2 win over Colombia, a 4-3 loss to New Zealand, a 3-3 draw with Great Britain, then comprehensive 6-0 victories. Comprehensive 6-0 victories over the Netherlands and Argentina. Then a 1-goal win over South Africa earlier. That was yesterday. So the French team only having to play one game today, this match against Great Britain, where they currently lead by a score of 2-1. 45 seconds until we get underway again. Yes. Marie, yes. Yes, they have 2 games a day till the rest of the tournament, yes. Both teams are off. So, for 15 minutes for GB to try and get back into this game. GB being pushed back immediately off the strike. French on the drive straight away, putting the puck onto the back wall. They always seem to aim for the corners, the French. But so far in this game it's been effective as Nia Matthews picks up the puck, moving down the back wall. And this is most likely to be a gloving foul against Nia Matthews. Nope, a stick foul against France. So good work by Nia. Enough of an effort to move her glove off the puck as she came down the barrier side wall.
If you overhear us, you're going to keep it to yourself, please. If you overhear, just give it to yourself. Thank you.
Advantage now to France. Play continuing, France driving. Good flick through the middle. Lisserox follows up her chase. Nikolaisenka pressured between 2 defenders. And then weak body position means that French can drive again down towards the GB goal. The push off the wall by the French backline. Trying to come out now, Zoe Hyam. Lisserox, good dummy, huge flick. Oh, Nikolaisenka's unlucky that she couldn't get onto the end of that. Coming from the offside forward position, maybe just needed to be a little closer. Another flick forward. Neither of the British forwards were there. Liv Daw just lures the French player to make a flick with the puck, and then the puck goes to her back, but then it's recycled time and time again. The French going to go for the underbody, shove to the feet. Her teammate picks it up. Have they got enough strength to put this in? No, they don't. And a chance to swim for the GB player on the puck. It's Fee Maynard. Once she goes, you won't catch her. Here she goes. She's lost the puck under control, and then she's just not able to keep out ahead. She's supported well though. Here's Ellie Shelley. The 3 forwards for GB that's in. Ellie Shelley, Liv Daw and Fee Maynard. Fee Maynard with that incredible drive. As Liv Daw continues. A flick that comes off the arm of the defending Frenchwoman. Charlie Brinkat has to swim at the goal. Gets the flick off. This will be 2-2 GB. A lovely little bit of play. Took her time to get going there, Charlie Brinkat, but she delivers a good flick just in time before the French players drop down from the surface. Excellent play, all started with the move from Fee Maynard. fearless Fee Maynard. Great break out of the defensive area, using this width of the pool. Unlucky, she probably would have scored if the puck hadn't have bobbled. Part of the problem of being such a fast swimmer. Underway again with the scores tied. Ellie Shelley it was, with the finishing touch on that Great Britain goal. And the referee's timeout is as there's a player sent out for Great Britain. It's Ninka Lysenka. She gets her name on the screen for the first time as going in the sin bin. A prolific scorer at times in this tournament with goals against New Zealand and Argentina. Flick forward. Continues. The drive for GB. Ninka nil. Lysenka has another minute to go. The flick, and Lissa Oates almost got onto the end of that. GB just couldn't get it into a safe area. But it's no goal, obstruction. And it's going to be a 5-on-5 game. Whilst this French woman's sent out to the sin bin, Ninka Lysenka, her time clock will run down. There'll probably be about 10-15 seconds left by the time the game gets underway. But the French woman's penalty will not start until the play has begun, as it has now, and GB managing to make some good headway down in the pool. Nice little layoff. No change of direction by Charlie Brinkat as she continues to go forward. Spits into the middle. Good little nudge there by either Fee or Alyssa. Hard to tell which one it was. There you see Ninka Lysenka re-enter the play with her orange mask. Easy to recognise. Zoe Hyam trying to move the puck underneath. And we'll see what this call is. Looks like it's against GB. Zoe Hyam, I think, holding the puck on the wall illegally. Nia Matthews doing some good work on the wall there. Ninka Lysenka just waiting on the open side, but the puck can't make its way through to her. Here goes Lissa Oates. Lissa Oates going, Nia Matthews one side, Ninka Lysenka the other. Short flick for her standards. But here goes Ninka Lysenka. Has she got the legs? Has she got the legs? Yes, she does! Number 11, Ninka the legs. Lysenka gets a beautiful swim, beautiful positioning. She gets the puck played to her by Alyssa Oates, and she gives Great Britain the lead. Great Britain 3, France 2. I think it's probably about time that I really should explain that, yes, her name is Ninka Lysenka. I do know that she is called Nil. However, if I were to continue to call her Nil all the time and not use her correct name, as it's Ninka Lysenka that comes up on the screen, her mother would get really upset with me. So eventually I will get there, and let's just see how the rest of this game unfolds. Halfway through the second half, and it's Great Britain who take their time out. Great resolve from Great Britain. France, similar to South Africa, having goals disallowed throughout the match. But here, in this game, we have a 3-2 lead for the British team. Lead for the British team. As the timeout comes to an end, Georgie Lamble and Glenn Schofield make their way back to the coach's area. The players in the subs bin elected to stay there and rehydrate, as Georgie tells her 6 in the water what their jobs are. Georgie likes to operate with 3 jobs, but she'd take my head off if I told you what some of those jobs were. The puck's in place. It's going to be Liv Daw who goes down to take the puck. Here she goes, moving out to the right. Trying to get it safe to the wall. Lovely little inside move to get the puck up to Nia Matthews. Nia Matthews advancing down the wall, but there's going to be a stoppage here by the referee. And yes, it's the point. It's Nia Matthews. No attempt there to play the puck on her stick. She just used her glove and just kept going down the wall. Wasteful in ways, as she was doing so well at swimming down there. She'd picked up a lovely pass, and GB just stopping her forced back as Fee Maynard tries to charge down the puck, and Liv Daw moves through the centre. Play moved out to the side. Zoe Hyam not just quite ready for the pass there, but she recovers well to ensure the French don't swim. Now they swim at Alyssa Oates. Alyssa Oates doing their best to get down. Nia Matthews trying to back tackle. The French are going the flick on. Let's see who's going to recover here. Looks like Ellie Shelley recovering. And now, up goes Nia Matthews. Apologies again, I looked at the wrong screen. I didn't go underwater. We're going to have an advantage puck, as Zoe Hyam is sent out of the water. So GB have to defend with 5. They are vulnerable when they go down to 5, but this time the captain, Lissa Oates, is still in the water. An exceptional leader, an exceptionally talented hockey player. Zoe Hyam, the vice captain, out on the side. And this will help dramatically, as GB will have an advantage puck on their 5 metre line. And similar to the way that GB scored, France have a player out and Zoe Hyam's time ticks down. Here goes Fee Maynard trying to force the puck flip through. Here goes Maddie Walker. See how she turns her stick to play the puck on the wall and not give away a foul. As Great Britain advance. Smart play there by the woman from the Orkney Islands. Hope you're happy, Dave Bruce. And Zoe Hyam had got back in then. And play going against GB there. I wonder, Zoe Hyam's got back out, and she needs, maybe she entered the water without, in not a safe manner. Could be costly. Can her team continue to hold out for the duration of this game? We've got 4 minutes to go and the 2-minute stop clock. A very costly mistake there. I am curious as to go back and see just why Zoe Hyam was sent out, and her clock's going to go down, but a 6-on-5 advantage has been nullified. French timeout, which stops Zoe Hyam's clock on 15 seconds. A tense 3.5 minutes still to go. What can either of these two teams get out of this match as we go into the dying stages of the game? Just what would have happened if Zoe Hyam had have been in the water, and it would have been Great Britain 6-on-5 for around 90 seconds. All we can do is wonder. Right now GB have to deliver. Off is the race to the puck. Hitting at the same time, the French though gaining the possession. An incredibly fast French team, many of which were at the Europeans. and won a gold medal in the elite division. France have driven this puck brilliantly down the barrier side wall. Maybe not. Illegal use of the glove. But where did this start? A lot further back than expected. An advantage played as we move back about 10 metres away from the goal. The French advantage puck flicked forward, picked up by Fee Maynard, the Yorkshire player. Her Yorkshire teammates to the inside of her, but look at Fee Maynard go. Fierce as the player dropped down from the sin bin right on top of the play. A surface dive, not a jump, so it's completely fine in the eyes of the referees and officials. Fee Maynard adjusts her mask and she's back down to put in another go. Nil there, trying to go across the pool and at least stop the French from moving the puck the way they want to. Chance and space for GB now as they come across to the pool side. Emily McEwen putting in the work there. I did say I'd start calling her Emily Mac, but I don't think she'll like that too much. If you do, Emily, let me know and I'll carry on. But I guess it's Mick, not Mac. Advantage puck GB. The puck falls behind. Good support play by the GB team as Zoe Hyam forces the puck through, but the French have the bodies down and they like it when play slows down. But there was a foul as GB make the subs. Nikolai Eisenkat is out. Liv Dorr is in. Zoe Hyam's out. Charlie Brinkat's in. Fee Maynard's out. Ellie Shelley is in. GB have plenty of time. Time is on their side and a good drive as well as they go towards the goal. A break, but a good stop by the French defender and she punches the puck out wide. Play in the far corner. A good spot for GB. At the moment we've got a tie game and a chance for GB. The flat flick, it's just not made it onto the goal. It hit the goal tray, but it doesn't hit the back. Apologies as the camera just drops, just resetting its timings, but we get it back up with a minute to go. Chance for GB to break. Can they turn the corner? Oh, there's a stoppage in the play. Was that chance as GB got it on the frame of the goal? The last chance that GB have had, as it looks like they're going down to 5 in the water. Looks like Maddie Walker. It is Maddie Walker with the silver base to her fins, who has to wait out the remainder of the game. So it'll be 6-on-5 against GB, and France look like they're determined to take this down to the other end of the pool. What do GB do here? Do they stay aggressive? Now surely they defend the draw to keep the points ticking over in the division. A draw against South Africa, a draw against France, as they try to fight to get the second and third. Good swim by the forwards there to stop them coming in, but Zoe Hyam has lost the puck. GB bodies need to get down for the last 10 seconds. The French drive stopped emphatically. Great work, Emily, and she swims it out. There was no way they were going to get to the goal in that time, but at the moment it counted. GB just couldn't quite get it in at the far end, the chance to win it. With down to 5, they defended expertly to stop the play from going out and into the goal. A tough way for the game to go. The lead changing 3 times in the match as Great Britain took the lead. Then it was France who scored 2 goals in quick succession. GB came back and GB fought on with a nice break, but then France converted when Zoe Hyam was sent back out to the sin bin after being in for the first time. The reasoning yet unknown. What will happen in the rest of this group is unclear. It is interesting the way and how close all these teams are. And it is great to see such levels of competitive hockey across both under 24 divisions. We're going to break off now as we have some different games, and this is Colombia versus Argentina. So stream will go down for a second and then we'll be back shortly. Thank you.